Thank you, Senator Cotton. Senator Warren, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So Strategic Command is responsible for strategic deterrence, including our nuclear weapons. We were already planning to spend $2 trillion to modernize and maintain those weapons over the next 30 years. Now we are learning that the costs for those programs are going to be even higher than we anticipated. General Cotton, I know that you are not responsible for managing these programs, but we turn to your command for your best military advice on what these programs will mean for our national security. General Cotton, do you agree that decisions about how to build our nuclear posture should be based on the most accurate information we have at the time?
Senator, can you rephrase? I don't quite understand what you're saying in that question.
No, it sounds so easy. The point is, should we base our decisions based on the most accurate information we've got when we're making the decision?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, good. Because DoD did not do that for the Sentinel program, which will replace all land-based intercontinental ballistic missiles. The Air Force has already concluded that the basic assumptions for the program's cost estimates, quote, weren't particularly valid. When I requested that DoD contract with a respected group of outside experts in 2021 to determine the technical feasibility of extending the Minuteman III missile program instead of buying expensive new weapons, I was told that they didn't have contract authority to do so. That was not true. They just didn't want an honest assessment of the real risks of Sentinel. And since then, the cost of the program has soared. We initially thought the price for Sentinel would be about $95 billion. Now the Air Force reports that it will be $132 billion, nearly 40% more. By law, that kind of increase triggers a mandatory review of the program's viability. Now, I'm glad that this review is happening, but we need independent experts, people who will ask hard questions. We need to ask about the Sentinel program, taking a look as well. General Cotton, would you oppose an outside review of the Sentinel program if it helps enhance our national security?
Senator Warren, I agree with the previous assessments that were done with the last three administrations in regards to where we are on the replacement of the Minuteman program. As I said earlier in my opening comments, what I cannot endure as a combatant commander that has to provide COAs to the commander-in-chief is I cannot endure having a gap or a drop in the reliability of a current platform that we currently have that's part of the triad.
And I appreciate that. What I'm talking about here is I want to make sure that what we're going to be replacing it with has been fully vetted and is the right direction for us to go. Even before this latest cost breach, there were bright blinking warnings that this program was not on track. The Air Force's aggressive schedule meant they were relying on immature technology, which the GAO warned at the time created additional risks of cost increases and schedule delays. Now, best practices for budgeting these types of complex programs is to develop what's called an integrated master schedule, an analysis that's going to break down the project into steps, resources, and budget needed to complete it. Sort of budgeting 101. Sentinel did not have that. General Cotton, you've warned that the complexity of the Sentinel program, I'm quoting you here, will challenge Air Force and industry partners in ways not seen for a generation. So let me ask, do you think it is important to have basic program management guardrails in place to help us prevent delays and cost overruns?
Senator, the rest of that statement was, you're absolutely right, because I've said it numerous times that is going to be a mega project that we haven't seen since actually the onset of the Minuteman III and placement in the early 60s. I'm a taxpayer as well, and I want to ensure that we're one, I have a weapon system that can deliver the capabilities that I need to deliver. I also need to make sure that we don't create a larger gap in having assessments that would drive us to now question one leg of the triad in regards of how I can produce or have forces go to meet the need.
And I appreciate that, General, but we got to have a plan here that is actually going to work. We can't just keep burning money and saying at some point we hope we're going to be able to deliver this thing. I am very concerned that Pentagon officials are already saying, quote, they will make the trades it takes to keep the Sentinel program funded, analysis be damned. I'll be watching closely to see if the DoD takes this review that is required now by law because of the cost overruns. I will be looking to see if they take this review seriously or if it's just another paperwork exercise to justify throwing more money at more expensive nuclear programs. Thank you, General.
Thanks, Senator Warren.